It's been a long time since we've had enough snow to make the effort to actually clear our driveway. Perhaps I'm getting more lazy, but if we only get 3 or 4 inches, I don't even worry about it. I just drive over it. Not sure how much we got this time, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe a little more, who knows. But definitely enough to take action. I've shown a lot of expensive ways to move snow. We've shown blowers and snow pushers and front blades. Today we're gonna show you how you can transform your simple 3-point angle rear blade into a snow pushing, pulling, moving machine. Let's get started. Those of you that are experienced tractor operators have probably already started typing. That blade is leaning way too far forward. Yes, it is, and there's a reason for it, but probably not near as technical a reason as what you might expect. Overall, this blade is simply too big for this tractor. The only way I can pick it up a suitable distance off the ground is to have it leaning forward like that. I've never been able to use a blade before, much of any kind of a blade on this particular driveway, because it's a rock driveway, a gravel driveway. Well, today we've got something new on our blade. They're called Blade Tamers. And they're skids, basically, that mount to the bottom of the blade. Keep me from throwing all the rock out of my driveway over onto the side. So far, it's working like a champ. Here you can see it's working perfectly. In the prior scene, you could see a little bit of rock coming right from the middle of the blade. And so I think on this size blade, I probably need a third one, right in the middle. Here you'll be able to see the max lift height, even with it tilted forward like this. And that height's reasonable, but only because of the forward tilt. This is working remarkably well, I must admit, better than I expected. As you can see, it's not going to scrape everything down to the rock. Well, that's sort of the point here. We don't really care to have every ounce of snow removed. We just want it low enough so that we can get our cars over it without getting stuck. And that's a wonderful trade-off compared to trying to dig all those rocks out of the yard next spring. I could go much faster than this. Main reason I'm going this speed is to allow Christy to keep up with the camera. But I'm seeing almost no rocks being, transported. Those Blade Tamers are really working and really working well. Don't tell Christy, but I just had to turn my heat off because it got hot in here. Now a bit more on the angling the blade forward like this. I have 3 rear hydraulic outlets, and this blade uses all 3 of them. So I had to unhook my power top link so that I could control the angle, the tilt, and the offset. So I adjusted the top link where I thought it was most optimal, even if it looks awkward, and then I'm stuck with it from there. While I'm on the topic of the hydraulics of the blade, one of this Yanmar's 3 rear remotes has a float function, and I hooked that to the tilt function, so the tilt is in float all the time. Or, well, most of the time. I do play with it a couple of times here in this video to see if I can change anything or improve anything, but I always made it worse. So my recommendation, just leave that in float. If I get just wrong on the crown of the driveway, I can rake some rocks, but you can actually lower these tamers such that they essentially raise the blade. We've got some really heavy drifts here around the new barn and the house, and no idea how well I can get over them. Here's one of those areas where I attempt to manually adjust the tilt, but fail. Just leave it alone, Tim. Put it in float. As I turn, I need to reduce the angle of the blade to compensate for that turning action, and I get the concept, but I never really mastered it. But you can watch that detail throughout this video. It's kind of fun to see my attempts to reset that angle appropriately during my turns. Actually, I'm doing it pretty well right in here. Now I'm going to rotate to the other side. This blade weighs almost 900 pounds, so it's asking a lot of these Blade Tamers to hold it up out of the rocks. While the 3-point hitch doesn't have any down pressure, it does have 900 pounds of down force in this case, right? This Rhino blade angles a tremendous amount, maybe 50, 60 degrees. This helps from keeping the snow building up between the tractor and the blade. And at this angle, the 8-foot moldboard is actually about right for this tractor. Have I mentioned how much I like the transmission on this tractor? Okay, maybe once or twice, so I'll not go into it anymore here. I don't think I have the 3-point quite low enough on this pass. I'm seeing the blade jump a little, so tractor must be pulling it up off the ground. Now this is concrete, so it's really not the perfect situation for the Blade Tamers. They won't hurt the concrete at all, but they will prevent the blade from scraping all the way down to the surface. It leaves probably about an inch. Trying to figure out what to do with this snow that I'm pulling away from the front of the doors there. So at first here, I'm just going to try angling the blade and kind of pushing it over into that pile. Keep watching and you'll see some other approaches. That's the offset feature we're seeing there. Yeah, that's the next approach. I was wondering if by offsetting the blade, I could push that big pile over. Marginally effective, but not real impressive. Let's try angling the blade again. The good news is it unloads that big load fairly nicely. The bad news is the pile just keeps getting closer to the house. Okay, we've got another big load in our blade. What are we going to do with it? Let's try just driving off straight into the pile. Wow, that worked well, assuming we can back out. Let's try it again. I must say I'm a bit surprised at how well this is working. We've always had large drifts in this area, but with our new roof, we have an additional challenge, and that is that snow just dumps off of that valley right in front of the door here. We could get some of those snow guards or whatever for the roof, and that would probably slow it down, but it's still going to come off the roof right there, isn't it? I don't want to hit that downspout. Some will ask why I didn't have the loader bucket on. I could have done so, and it would have helped in several areas, but quite frankly, this episode is about the rear blade, and so I didn't want to distract with the loader bucket. Instead, I've proven to myself that a three-point blade is an effective way to clear our driveway. Pretty big drifts here, quite a lot of snow overall for us, and it really hasn't taken that long. I did push backwards with the blade several times. It works fine. For some reason, I never did that in front of the camera. Oh well. I realize that this is a much fancier blade than most folks are going to have for their small compact tractors. But for the most part, this is just fluff. You don't really need it. For this application, the only advanced feature that would be really nice would be a hydraulic angle. Of course, for some summertime projects, a hydraulic tilt would be really nice too, but the angle would really help for snow removal. Getting off the tractor every time you want to change that angle is, well, frustrating. I've got a little more to do here, but Christy's about frozen. Yep. It's quite pleasant in the cab there, I must say. I didn't even get any negative feedback from the camera on that. But the Blade Tamer really helped me a lot. I got one on each end. For an 8-foot blade like this, I would recommend one in the middle as well. And the reason being that sometimes when I would straddle the crown of my driveway or otherwise have an uneven, then it would grab rocks a bit. And it wouldn't have done that had I had a center one. These attach to an existing plow bolt hole on this type of blade. These are the ones with the cutting edge that has a radius in it. I hope that makes sense. It's curved a little bit, the cutting edge. That's what these are made for. I think they're like $250 a pair. Of course, you get a discount with code TTWT. But it does truly transform a simple rear blade into a snow removing powerhouse. And I didn't have to worry at all about digging in, and that's always been my concern in the past about using a blade on these rock driveways. On the concrete here, it doesn't get all of it off, but yeah, it's not necessarily optimal for concrete, but for rocks, this is what you're looking for. If you're looking for concrete, if you have an entirely concrete driveway, then I would go with one of those UHMW or whatever, I can't ever remember the order of that acronym, but anyway, one of those hard surface poly cutting edges that you could use for that. But for rocks, this has reopened a door for me. I really wasn't able to effectively use a blade. Now with these Blade Tamers, yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm also excited to have some snow. Like about, you know, half of the country here, we've all got snow or ice or something, and yeah, it's good to be out. Good to be out in the cold. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
God's voice thunders in marvelous ways. He does great things beyond our understanding. He says to the snow, fall on the earth, and to the rain shower, be a mighty downpour, so that everyone he has made may know his work. He stops all people from their labor.
Interesting, the wind around the new shed has kept most of the snow away from that door.